I'm Mark Thibodeau. I always enjoyed listening to your sage opinions, whether that be Cam or myself. What team in Florida will make the biggest impact this upcoming season? Before I answer that, at least from my perspective, I want everyone to keep in mind I'm making predictions right now, game-by-game predictions, and taking the typical criticism, but not a big deal. I want people to realize that, okay, Florida and Miami were on the same field last year. Miami had a true freshman quarterback who was starting his first game. That is just a significant disadvantage, and that game could have gone either way. Just could have gone either way. That's all there is to it. It was a team won and a team lost. There was a result of the game, and that's all that matters. But to watch and evaluate the talent and the performance on the field, toss up. And Florida turned out to be the 7th or 8th ranked team in the country with an 11-2 record, and only lost to Georgia and LSU. So they were really good. I still would expect that they would be the best team in Florida, but I also noticed this, Cam, and I brought this up a few weeks ago. People are subject in making predictions to staying with the norm and not thinking anything can change. I reviewed all the great magazines that put out tremendous information, Street and Smith's, Athlon's, etc. These publications, and again, it's not apples to apples this year because of the 12 games being pared down to 10 and 11 games. But in looking at previous seasons, for example, I went through Athlon's, and Street and Smith and the other ones were similar. They were predicting only 3 teams in the Power 5 to have an increase or decrease of 3 wins in a season, meaning there's going to be a major change for only 3 teams. And actually, Miami was one of those teams for Athlon's. They selected Miami to go 9-3 after 6-6 last year. Baylor comes to mind. Of course, they had an aberration of a season last year with Matt Rule at 11-1, so they were at 8-4 as a prediction, and I can't think of the other one offhand. But only 3 teams. So everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, most people were inclined as humans to just think, well, if Florida State went 6-6 last year, they're probably, well, they might do a little better. They'll go 7-5, and just to not have the vision to see the team that's going to break out or the program that could be in decline, whereas 19 teams, and this is pretty consistent. I've looked at the last 3 years from season to season, either increase or decrease their win total by 3, and that's significant. It's a 9-3 down to a 6-6. It's a 3-9 to a 6-6. It's an 8-4 fringe top 25 to 11-1 and competing for national title. It's significant in 12 teams to improve or decrease by 3 games. 19 to 20 teams do that in the Power 5 out of 75 teams each year, and our publications are picking like 3 teams. So I'm getting slaughtered for trying to envision jumps or declines, and that's just what I'm saying here. So don't be surprised if there's a shakeup in college football, especially under these circumstances, but significantly or specifically in Florida, where we have a Miami team that's capable.
Yeah, and it's easy to stay within the box, but these, all these other predictions, then you're going outside of the box. So, okay, well, like, why do you think that we're going to be terrible? And then, like, there's also the other component of, if I pick this team to perform poorly and I'm in the media, journalism, things like that, is the sports information director going to answer my call next year? Am I going to get the password to the sports to the website for the game stats? Am I, so you got to, there's politics, that go along with that and everything. So, and yeah, it's not easy to see what has not been seen. If it's in anything, and like in general, it's been seen that teams do change, and their fortunes, by 3 games, one way or the other, will change from year to year. So we do have the empirical evidence for that, but it's hard also to then predict one way or the other. Thank you for the compliment about my voice. I hear it all the time, obviously, because I've had this voice since literally the summer before I was in 5th grade. But I think that you still get the experience with my mask, but I just prioritize my health and safety. And that's why, I'm wearing the mask when I have other people at the house.